Welcome to a code report video. In this video, we're going to go over the top programming languages of 2022 based on this website that I just made over the weekend. And at the end of the video, I'm going to give my top 3 predictions for the top languages over the next year, 2023, and we will revisit to see if I'm correct in January of 2024. So these are the top ranked languages, and basically what this website does is it calculates the average rank by programming language across the selected programming language ranking websites. So here I've selected 4. If we go to the overview, this shows you basically an overview of all 7 of the websites. Some of them are great, some of them are terrible. The first 4 I consider the really good ones: Stack Overflow, Octoverse, Redmonk, and Languish. Stack Overflow is a survey of tens of thousands of developers, so it's based on question answer. Octoverse is based on GitHub statistics. From what I can tell, it is primarily based on pull requests from looking at the 2017 Octoverse. The main issue with this is that it has a limitation based on the main graphic. So if we open up this website and scroll down to the graphic, you can see here it shows basically 10 languages at a time. If you go back to the 2017-2018 graphic, it shows that actually the 10th language was Objective-C, at which point TypeScript came in, but now they've modified it so that they don't show languages that used to be in the top 10, and I think they only show languages that currently are in the top 10, which is a bit sort of deceiving. And I'd be curious to know if Ruby actually is the 10th language, because if you look at other websites like Languish, it has Ruby declining a lot more than what this graphic shows. Anyways, other than that, though, this is a pretty great ranking. I think GitHub's a good thing to look at. Redmonk, overall, nothing to complain about Redmonk. They do an analysis of more than 20 languages, but they only rank the top 20. Languish is a fantastic website by fellow YouTuber Context Free, and I highly encourage you go look at that one. The main issue I have with Languish is that it basically looks at every single file format. So you can see it has Markdown as the 9th most popular language, which I don't really consider a language. Also Jupyter Notebooks, which is why I added the exclude sort of edge languages, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. And then the bottom 3 are the ones that I don't include by default. Pipel and IEEE Spectrum aren't that bad. Pipel, though, it sort of arbitrarily chooses 28 languages, a couple of which are Ada and ABAP, which seems curious. I think there are other languages that deserve to be more in the top 28 that you choose. IEEE Spectrum also is pretty decent, although it seems to not rank JavaScript as highly as other sites. And I think basically all the top 4, it's in like one of the top 3 languages, and they rank it at number 7. And then TIOBE is the worst by far. It's got 2 different Visual Basics in the top 15, TypeScript ranked all the way down at 35, and then a language called RPG, which is like from decades ago, ranked at number 39. Overall, pretty trash ranking, so I'm never going to include TIOBE. If you have thoughts on including Pipel or IEEE Spectrum in the defaults, let me know in the comment section down below. Anyways, let's go back and now take a look at the languages. So JavaScript is number 1, Python number 2, Java number 3, TypeScript number 4, C# number 5, C++ number 6, PHP number 7, C number 8, Shell number 9, and Go comes in at number 10, which brings us to the 11th to 20th languages. Ruby at number 11, Rust at number 12, Kotlin at number 13, R at number 14, Swift at number 15, PowerShell at number 16, Dart at number 17, Lua at number 18, Scala at number 19, and in 20th place, Objective-C. So pretty interesting. You can see that if we click on Pipel, it doesn't really change too much. Python jumps to number 1 versus JavaScript. VBA jumps in and Scala drops out of the top 20. And if we include IEEE Spectrum, it's going to, I think, shift things around slightly. But other than that, I mean, Scala hops back into 19th place. But you can see that there's not too much change other than, around the 18th to 20th spots. And then maybe a couple of these languages sort of switch back and forth. Anyways, I will leave the link in the description, www.plrank.com. If you have recommendations, you can leave them down in the comment section, or if you want, you can even go and leave an issue on the GitHub repository, or if you really want, you can open up a pull request, and depending on what the change is, I'll be happy to accept contributions, which brings us to my top 3 predictions for the next year. My first one, I think, is going to be the easiest one. We're going to go to Octoverse, drop this down to 10 because Octoverse only shows 10 languages. So this is the same list of 10 that we saw when we took a look at the Octoverse graphic. And my first prediction is that Ruby is going to fall out of the top 10, which will, of course, proceed to decrease it in the rankings in the average. That is the default. So that's prediction number 3. Prediction number 2 is going to be that Python becomes the number 1 language, because I think Python is on the uptrend and JavaScript's on a downtrend due to the fact that TypeScript is gaining more popularity. So I think overall, JavaScript and TypeScript combined is gaining popularity, but TypeScript is eating a lot of JavaScript's lunch. So I think my third and second prediction are pretty safe, and I'll be right about both of those. My third one is a little bit riskier, and that is that I think Rust, based on this average of these 4 sites, is going to jump into the top 10 programming languages. Will I be correct? Time will tell. If you have a prediction, leave it down in the comment section down below. Links for this site and everything that I linked will be in the description if you want to check it out. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and have a great day.